Hi everyone, Susie here with another video. Today I'm going to guide you through the basics of HTML and CSS. So get your notepads ready and let's get to it. So the first thing that we need to do is discuss what is HTML and CSS. HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. This is a standard language that documents are written in to be displayed on a web browser. The current version for 2021 is HTML5. It is made up of characters inside angled brackets called elements. This put together is called a tag. There are opening tags and closing tags. As you can see from the example, there is an opening paragraph tag, a sentence, and a closing paragraph tag. We'll discuss more about tags a bit later on. CSS, on the other hand, stands for Cascading Style Sheet. It describes the presentation of the document that is written in HTML. The current version as of today, 2001, is CSS3. It consists of a selector and a declaration. The selector is first followed by the declaration inside curly braces. In this example, the selector is the P for paragraph, and the declaration is telling the web browser to display the paragraph in the font family of Arial. Again, we will discuss this a bit later on. Now that you know a little bit about HTML and CSS, let's go ahead and start a new website page. There are two parts. The first part is the HTML page. The second part is the CSS page. So first, let's create our HTML page. To do this, you can use any word or text editor. Some common ones are Notepad, Sublime Text Editor, Visual Studio Code, and Word. If you would like to follow along today, you may choose any one of these. The process is very similar regardless of the editor you choose. The easiest editor to use for beginners is the Notepad. Today, I will be using Visual Studio Code for visuals. Open your editor to a blank document. Next, let's save the document. Go to File in the menu at the top, and you can either click Save or Save As. Choose the directory and folder in which you want to save the page. At the bottom, inside File Name, type index.html. Index is the common name used to indicate the main page of a website. However, you can name it whatever you want, as long as it ends with .html. Next, change the Save As type to All Files. This can be done by simply clicking on the box and selecting from the drop-down menu. If your program offers to save as an HTML file, you can do this as well. Now go ahead and click Save. Next, let's talk a bit about the HTML structure. As you can see here, there are several elements. The first is the doc type element. This element tells the web browser that the following code is written in HTML. The next tag is the HTML tag. Notice the opening tag at the top and the closing tag at the bottom. Inside these tags are three other tags. In HTML, there is a hierarchical structure. The HTML tag is the parent tag, and the head and body tags are the children. With each newly created level, we indent, indicating the child-to-parent relationship. Inside the HTML, we have two main children. The head, which contains all of the header information about the web page, and the body, which contains the rest of the web page visible to the user. We'll discuss more about each of these tags in a bit, but for now, this is the main starting structure. So what are tags? Tags help to format your website content, both visible and invisible to the user. Here is the breakdown of the tag. The opening tag consists of the left angle bracket, or the less than sign, followed by the character or characters, and then the right angle bracket, or greater than sign. The closing tag has a similar structure in that it consists of the left angle bracket, or less than sign, then is followed by a forward slash, followed by the character or characters, and then the right angle bracket, or greater than sign. Content is placed in between the tags. Attributes give descriptions to the tags. Oftentimes, you'll see this with images or links, but they can be applied to most tags. The attribute consists of the name and the value. In this example, I've given the paragraph tag an attribute name of language, or LANG for short. The name is followed by an equal sign, and then in quotes we give the value, English US, or EN-US. This tells the web browser to display the content within the paragraph in the language of US English. So before we get into seeing examples of these tags, there is one other thing that needs to be discussed, and that is comments. Whenever you write in any language, HTML, Python, or Java, comments are crucial. They tell the developer, the person either developing or editing the code, what exactly is occurring. There is no right way to comment other than the structure. As you can see here, in HTML, to write a comment, we first type the less than sign, followed by the exclamation point and 2 dashes. Then we type our comment, and end it with 2 dashes and a greater than sign. Anything within the comment section will not be visible on your web page, but you may see it if you're viewing the source code. It is good practice to comment as you go, briefly giving instruction or description to a section. Here are the definitions of the tags we just discussed. The HTML tag tells the web browser what type of markup language that you are using. The head tag contains information about the page. This includes the meta tags, the title tag, and the style sheet link tag. The meta tags contain information about the page, such as the description, keywords, and the author. They are not visible on your web page, but they can be seen in the source code. Meta tags are empty elements, therefore they do not need a closing tag. The style sheet link tag is the link to your CSS file. The web browser will load the CSS sheet and apply the elements in it to your page. The title tag is the title of your web page. You can see this in the web browser tab at the top. Most businesses will have their business name as their title for their main page. Then subsequent pages will have the business title plus the page name. Finally, the body tag. This tag contains all of the code that makes up the rest of your web page. This is the content that will be visible to your visitors. Now that you know a little more about HTML and its structure, let's see some HTML in action. So here we have an HTML example. On the left is the HTML code, and on the right is the view of the code after a browser has rendered it. At the top, we have the doc type tag, which tells the web browser that the document it is rendering is written in HTML. Next is the HTML tag, which has the attribute of language in English. The next tag is the head tag. Note how it is indented because it is a child of the HTML tag. Inside the head tag, we have the meta tags and the title tag, all invisible to the visitor unless they open the source code. The meta charset tag tells the web browser which character encoding should be used. The meta HTTP equiv tag is used by servers to get information about a page that uses an HTTP header. It tells the server to work on a browser that is compatible with, in this case, Microsoft Edge. The meta viewport tag tells the browser what size to display the page. This setting will display the web page on any screen at a zoom scale of 1. Next, we have the title. For this page, we simply called it Document. Next, we have the body. This content is visible by the visitor. So as you can see, we have the H1 tag or the heading 1 tag. And on the right, you can see what the H1 tag looks like. Then we have the H2, H3, H4, H5, and the smallest H6 heading tags. Next is the paragraph tag or the P tag. This indicates that the content between these tags is a paragraph. Next is the BR/ tag. This is the break return tag. The break return ends the content for that line and goes to the next with a space at the top. The bold or B tag will bold your content. Next is the italics tag or the I tag. This will italicize your content. Then we have the superscript tag or the SUP tag. This will superscript your content. Then we have the subscript or the SUB tag. This will subscript your content. The S tag is the strikeout tag. It strikes out any content within this tag. The strong tag is similar to the bold tag, and the emphasis or EM tag is similar to the italics tag. HTML doesn't create any more white space than one. So if you press the space bar a bunch of times, you only get one white space. So to add white space, you have to enter the code ampersand NBSP semicolon. This code will tell HTML to add a white space. Keep adding the code to add additional white spaces. The final tag is the HR/ tag, or the horizontal rule tag. This tag creates a horizontal line on your page. Now let's put the elements together. In your open document, you can either copy the following text or create your own. Here I've written out a small website that starts with a heading of 1 and contains 2 paragraphs. Within the paragraphs, I have added some styling tags. Remember that your tags need an opening and a closing for it to take effect. Once you are done, save the document. Now, locate your file and double-click on it. It should automatically open in your default browser. Although the HTML states the browser is Edge, I can still open it using Firefox because Firefox is compatible with Edge. Note, your website is not visible or live on the web. All your web browser is doing is rendering the information found in the file from your computer. If you don't see anything but a blank page, check your code and make sure your code is typed correctly. Practice creating different elements and formats. Save as you go and refresh your web page to see the changes. Now, locate your file and double-click on it. It should automatically open in your default browser. Although the HTML states the browser is Edge, I can still open it using Firefox because Firefox is compatible with Edge. Note, your website is not visible or live on the web. All your web browser is doing is rendering the information found in the file from your computer. If you don't see anything but a blank page, check your code and make sure your code is typed correctly. Practice creating different elements and formats. Save as you go and refresh your web page to see the changes. Congratulations! You've just created your first basic web page. Practice makes perfect, so keep practicing. In the next video, I will cover how to create and link a CSS file to enhance our website. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Hit that bell icon too, so you'll never miss another how-to video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.